68 30,000. 011 68 30,000.
Aasai TV, keteshet neituitos bororiet.
Dr. Amimbar kobun Treat the Cause Clinic ko daktari neinyoe mionwogik cheterter koboisien kerichekab herbal. Alak en mionwogik cheinyoe ko cheu ulcers, arthritis, ovarian cyst, diabetes, hemorrhoids, prostate problems en kwenutab alak chechang. Itinye tebut anan imokyinigei toretet nebo konyoiset, ibirchi daktari simoit en namba 0703 556 898 0703 556 898 anan ko 0743 310 769 0743 310 769. Imuchi irutechi daktari en taonitab Litein, Chuchunei Plaza, opposite Kericho Stage, Chepkosa upstairs, kila Jumapili agoi komut kasi kong'eten sait 2 agoi sait 11 nebo koskoleng.
Did you know that you can convert airtime or bonga points to M-Pesa? You can sell or buy airtime and get good commission. You can buy cheap bundles. Download Olicom app from Play Store or dial *702*55#. For more information, visit www.olicom.co.ke or call 0714 387 777.
Aasai TV, keteshet neituitos bororiet.
Keteshet noton neituitos bororiet ak kainenyun ko Gilbert Korir nebo Sabin Kibetwan kibagenge kotor kiwam nobeke nebo Emet. Ejitab kolenjin kamugetab Jehova sikobit ketuye tuwan en saishek choton cheu chuitakat en logoiywekab emet chebo sait agenge en keteshet nebo Aasai TV ko betut nebo kosomok kasi tarikit 4 arawetab 3 kenyitab 2026 kainenyun ko Gilbert Korir. Kitaune logoiwek choton chebo emet ole kakiyai sautik chebo borwekab biik lo cheboto neko membayatab koning'atet ng'atutik nebo Emurua Dikir en kaunti nebo Narok nekibet sobonukwak kosubkei ak nyasutietab ndegeit nekibit en komosta nebo Mosop en kaunti nebo Nandi en betutab Jumamos nekosirtoi yekin kobut ndegeinotok akonam maat nekibel ichek. Kosubkei ak noton ko komiten barak rirek kasarta nekainyiti borwekab bichotok familia ak choronok ak kasaratok notok nebo ng'alalutik ole kakibwat ichek ko biik chotok chekikilegei kobaten koreb ichek Emet. Koaror osutietab Johana Mayano ngeno monungotiondenyin ko chito ne ko chorwenyin nebo iman nekichome inendet koboto lagokyik ak bikyik tugul en muguleldo netilil akomwa kole en ngunon ko kakometo inendet en siriret.
To my beloved Joha, the husband of my youth. Joha, even saying your name carries a lifetime inside it. You are the love of my early days, when everything was still soft and full of possibility. We were young, learning life together, and somehow you made it all feel less frightening and more beautiful. Your laugh, oh your laugh, made ordinary days feel like celebration. I can still hear it. I think I always will. And the way you loved your children, Tabaron and Chesang, you adored them. You held them with pride. You played with them, you look at them like they were your greatest accomplishment. In their eyes, you were a hero. In mine, you were a gentle, devoted father with the biggest heart. You were my beginning, was still new and pure. Losing you feels like losing the music of my youth, the laughter, the dreams, the simplicity of believing we had endless time. But even death cannot take what we built. It cannot erase the love, the memories, the family we created. You'll always be my Joha. Rest gently, my love. You're forever part of me.
I believe you will one day stand beside me, helping me to guide this family forward. Behind your brothers and sisters, I will continue to stand firm for them, but your absence will always be felt. Still, your memory will remain quiet, but are broken by your absence.
Koindochi rubeiwotab President Kithure Kindiki igorta nebo sautikab Johanna Ngeno nebo membayatab koning'ate ng'atutik nebo Emurua Dikir ak biik alak mut chekibet sobonwekwak en nyasutietab ndegeit nekiibut en Mosop County nebo Nandi. Ole kakiyai sautichotok en kanisetab AGC Karen kanaset neo nebo Nairobi ole kamiten ak kandoik cheterter asikobit komwaita ng'oliotab mutyo ak kokaikai familia ichotok. Koib kasaratok Kindiki koyomisechi family chebo bichotok kole wendi konome eun serikali icheket en kit age tugul. Ole kailos kandoindet notok kailos Johanna Ngeno kandoichotok en kit nekamwa kole kokiljingei boisienyin ak chorwandit nekotinyen ine ak biik tugul.
I had told you that in 2017 we went and tried to outseat him. We didn't succeed. But as fate would have it, 2018 we came to Parliament, mended fences quickly as politicians do. That's why I want to advise those of you that are not politicians like us, never carry a grudge on behalf of us. Politicians have that thing of doing, which young people say they shower and go back to the market quickly. They make friends and enemies in quick succession.
On behalf of the people of Narok, to convey my sincere condolences to the families who have lost their loved ones. For me, this is the saddest day of my life. I've lost a son-in-law who is married to my daughter, Anna Yanoi. I've also lost one of my employee, Rono, who is my protocol officer. All these young men who are laying here from my county. Even the pilot. In several occasions, he has been in my county, so I know him very well. And when I received the sad news that there's a chopper that have an accident in Nandi, I decided to travel all the way to where the incident happened. And I must say that that was the lowest time of my life. Because Johanna Ngeno was one of my political pillars. And all these people are my friends in one way or another. Let me say polly to the families. One thing that we did well together with Mheshimiwa Ngeno, and I must acknowledge the members of parliament who are here, was the fight for the creative economy and artists. It didn't start recently. It started back in the 11th parliament when we first started negotiating the revenue sharing on Skiza tunes, and later, led by Governor Gladys, were able to get that share changed when she was chair of finance. That fight for artists and the creative economy, which is a true frontier for our economy, must continue. And it's sad that he lost his life in that fight.
One of the memorable things I have of Chwana, when we came up with the concept of the Kalenjin Music Festival, we were doing in my boardroom. It was around 1 a.m. in the morning, together with all these friends of ours who are laying down, who were constant visitors in my house. The idea was that we said, how can we bring the whole nation together at that time? And how can we advance the agenda not only of the community, but of the president? And that's how we created this concept right in the boardroom of my house with these men. Then the problem came up. There was no money. So we looked into Aja, where can we get the resources? So I tell this guy, I have this, but Chok has this. Let us look out for this man, to bring in also some few coins. And that's how the first festival happened at Kapkatet. Of course, it is in all knowledge that the question of kingpin arose also at that time. And when it came about, as Aaron had said, there are always political formations and all that. In essence, I became the first casualty of Ngeno's association with me. And the first casualty was my impeachment for being a friend to him.
Even the court cases that went to court, Johanna, being a legal mind, was an active participant even in the litigation, advising the counsel that were appearing in court on how to push our case in court. And the success that we have seen, Your Excellency, in the housing sector, Johanna Ngeno's name has a full chapter when the history of the housing agenda and the transformation of our country is finally written. Johanna Ngeno and this committee have a full chapter in the amount of work they input.
No wonder every of his example he used to give was always about heaven, a new land. I think it's because also of the challenges he used to face in Narok, Transmara, Emuru Wadikir, on the challenges he went through. It was always, figuratively, he always used to tell his people there is a better land to go to. His favorite song was Kalenjin Hymn Songs 100.
Tulimuita siku moja kumwambia support ndugu yangu Tunai as a candidate for senator. Tulikuwa na hawa kina Murkomen, na Ichungwa, na Aaron. Akatusikiza alafu akasema, you know, I respect all of you, but this one, hapana. Na akaondoka akatuacha. But later he called me and said, you know, mimi nina msimamo wangu. That is him.
That we don't abandon them because of the departure of their loved ones. And I know, for example, there's a young officer who has died, who was a security officer protecting our brother Ngeno. We'll find ways of supporting that family to get somebody else. I am told there's a widow somewhere with many children and has lost one of the sons who was the only person there. We'll see how to support that family. So Governor Patrick, we have agreed, my brother, do the job. In the next few days, bring the request and we are going to support all the 6 families.
Kotagemi en logoiywekab keborida ko kaituyoge konetik chemiten en chamaitab konetik nebo Nat Morne nebo Transmara akorutechi familia nebo Wycliffe Kiprotich Rono en mengatenywan nemiten Emurua Dikir asikokoito ng'oliotab mutyo koityi familia kosubkei ak werinywan nekibete sobet kosubkei ak nyasutietab helicopter nekibiten Mosob county nebo Nandi. Kondochin Rogers Lembaso ne ine ko sirindet nebo chamaitab konetik nebo KNUT en Transmara kobor ichek kaimetab kei missing en kit nekamwa kole koibet komosoton biik chetakomengechen chekoigilchingei boisionikwak missing.
Hao wenzetu ambao waliweza kupoteza msiba, kwanza kuna mwalimu ambaye aliweza kupata barua na hajapata mshahara yake ya kwanza. So tuambie serikali waweze kurelease hiyo mshahara yake kwa familia na pia ili iweze kuwasaidia jamii. Kwa Mheshimiwa Ngong ambaye ni kiongozi wetu tunayempenda, tunasema pole kwa jamii zote za Transmara. Najua ni kiongozi ambaye aliweza kujitolea kuhudumia wananchi wote wa tabaka mbalimbali. Na sisi kama Transmara walimu tumepatwa na pigo kubwa sana, kwa sababu ukiangalia ni mtu ambaye alikuwa amejitolea kusaidia mashule zetu, kusaidia walimu wetu, ameweza kujenga mashule, ameweza kununulia shule zetu buses. So sisi kama walimu pamoja na wanafunzi tumepatwa na pigo kubwa sana na tuko na huzuni kubwa kama walimu wa Transmara.
Kwa majina naitwa Helen Gate, Woman Rep Transmara branch. Tumekuja hapa leo kwa kuomboleza ndugu zetu ambao tumewapoteza. Leo tukiwa hapa kwa ndugu wetu SportPesa, tunasema pole kwa sababu ya kumpoteza. Tungependa kuuliza serikali kwamba ndugu wetu SportPesa alikuwa mwalimu, na iwapo kuna nafasi ambayo mmoja wao angepewa, tungependa wapewe ndugu zake, hata kama si kwa ualimu, lakini wapewe katika nyanja zingine. Tunaomba pia kwa ndugu wetu yule mwingine ambaye alikuwa anaitwa Wycliffe, wale wa jamii yake wangepewa pia hiyo nafasi ili kuweza kusaidia familia.
Kamwa ichek kole kotiengei icheket missing familia chechwak akosom serikali netoror ak nebo county nebo Narok kotoret familia ichoton akosirchi biik alak kobun familia ichoton asikoker boroinwek chekomiten akomuch kotoret familia chechwak.
Na tumesema poleni sana kwa jamii hizo zote, tukiomba Mola awatie nguvu na awasaidie katika wakati huu mgumu. Pia kwa sababu ya ndugu zetu wawili ambaye ni walimu, tunaomba serikali iweze kushughulikia familia hizo. Mwenzetu SportPesa alikuwa anafanya kazi kwa county. Naomba Governor Ntutu aweze kushughulikia familia hii, awape mwenzao mmoja ili aweze kusaidia familia hii, kwa sababu SportPesa alikuwa ndiye anashughulikia familia hii, alikuwa tegemeo. Tumepata kama kuna kilio kikubwa hapa, na tunaomba serikali iweze kuitikia kilio hicho na iwasaidie familia hizi. Kwa serikali, kwa sababu ya wale ovans ambaye walikuwa wakishughulikiwa na Mheshimiwa Ngeno, nitaomba serikali kuu na serikali ya county waweze kuwatambua na ili waweze kuendeleza masomo yao ili maono ya hao wanafunzi isikatizwe.
Ates kole nekonyitot nekokomuny Johana Ngeno kokiborchigei missing kokanapta somanet en Emurua Dikir missing ko en tekset nebo korik chekisomanen ak kokoitoetab basari koboto basisiek chebo sukul ak en noton kokoibet kandoindet.
Pamoja na Mheshimiwa Ngong, tunasema roho yake iweze kulala mahali pema peponi, na tunaomba serikali iweze kutukumbuka kama walimu, kwa sababu yule kiongozi alitegemewa kwa shule zote, idara yote ya elimu, hata kwa viwango vingine kama ya afya. Amefanya mambo makubwa hapa. Kuna mashule ambazo zimejengwa kwa wingi kwa sababu ya izani yake, na pia magari, mashule haya yana buses kwa sababu ya izani yake, na hili ni pengo kubwa sana katika maeneo hii na pia Narok kwa ujumla na Kenya nzima.
Ichechu ko alak en membaek chebo familia chekotinye koaror kouni.
Kekuron Bennett Kiplangarono kitupche ak SportPesa. En Jumamos ko kikimi ak SportPesa kaa yu saa 5:30. Kidogo kabur en yuton yu kiking'olole koleon kakoit mwezi mi kaa yuno ako konyo nanawo ait akaweke. So mbare ite yuno kole mwezi mi ngamun chorwenyin ine nebo nicham kobendote twan kole ngeit chu korong komi ng'olyon nekotinyini So kibur ngomuro lombo sait 10 saa 10 ak nusu kekere ng'alek chekakisir en social media kele kakobet sobet mheshimiwa kokikere en social media. So koinam any kochutech orokenet kan kesir kele kakoba biik lou kochutech orokenet neo.
Ane ko kotam atelelchini serikalit ngemi kit nekiyoe amun committee nebo UDA kora. Ko kokimyo mheshimiwa Ngong, kokimyo sport pesa, kokimyo kandoik chon tugul baka Ndutu governor. Ko kou noton ane ko kokibakaktan ak ane kou noton orire. Ane kwatelelchinige. Ko kotam ko support nanyun ko mheshimiwa Ngong okot sport pesa ak bichon tugul chon mi CDA.
Maripotejini Aasai TV kainanyun ko Aasai Kiplangat.
Noton ko sirindet noton nebo logoiwek Aasai Kiplangat. En logoiwek kitab kolenjin ko kikotestai meng'ik chebo county nebo Kajiado kobor kaimetabgei kosubgei ak ortinwek che yachen chemabunoksei missing ko oret noton nebo Imaroro neboisien atkan kora en rutoiwek ak losietab tuguk kole oranoton koituitos kebeberwek chechang en komosotok kit neipchin koimokis tetutik chechang missing en kasari bo ropta. Akot kunoton ko karutechi President Ruto komosotok akoyomisechi icheket chobetab oranotok en chokchinet ak en oret nebo kasari netebie koikeny.
Leo mimi nataka niwatangazie ya kwamba hiyo barabara hatutafanya tena locally, sasa tunai-upgrade na tayari tumepanga na Wizara ya Mambo ya Barabara mwezi ujao tunatangaza kandarasi ya kujenga upya hiyo barabara.
Hii barabara imekuwa ikisumbua wananchi. Ni barabara ambayo ina connect kutoka Maroro kwenda Mashuru. Nimeona potholes ambayo imeweza kuharibu barabara vilivyo, na leo tunafurahi kwa sababu president amefika na ameweza kutuhakikishia kwamba hii barabara itakuwa reconstructed, not even carpeting, itakuwa reconstructed upya, kwa sababu barabara hii ndio inatengeneza uchumi wa Kajiado na unganisha bidhaa zote kutoka hii sehemu kutoka hadi Nairobi. Mambo yote naona usafiri na inatatizika kwa sababu ya mashimo ambayo yameletwa na uharibifu wa hii barabara.
Bago ko kurset minister nebo somanet Julius Mikos Ogamba ko itchi vice chancellor chebo sugulishekab barak ko chichobotin kotach kipsomaninik kochut sugulishek chotok en tetutiet nelel nebo CPE koite kenyitab 2029. Kongalali en Mombasa en tuyetab kila kenyit komwa Ogamba kole lagok kesire 100,000 chemiten tetutiet nelel nebo somanet ko kimongu kochut universities chebo emoni ole kakon kurset koityi sugulishek chotok anan konde komoswek choton chenyolchin tetutienotok konamgen ak walutik en sektaitab somanet.
Not emotions coming to university in 2029. My suspicion is that in 2029, since the grade 10 are now 1.1, I anticipate that you are likely to admit 600,000 of those because of the pathways. What are you going to use to admit these students to university? Is it exceeding expectation or meeting expectation? If somebody meets expectation, what does that mean? It means they are qualified to go to the next stage, isn't it? And if 600,000 of them meet expectation, what will you use to say I cannot admit them to university?
En logoiwek alak choton chebo mutyo kora chitab kolenjin kotestai kandoik kokonu ng'oliotab mutyo koityi familia nebo Neko MP nebo Emurua Dikir Johana Ngeno koboto biik alak mut chekibet sobet en kibagenge. Kamwa speaker nebo County Assembly nebo Bomet Cosmas Korir kole koibet bororietab kolenjin kandoindet nekotinye keret nemie koityi biik tugul. Kong'ololi speaker koboto governor nebo county nebo Bomet Hilary Barchok en igortab konoretab werit nebo nekirubeiwotab governor en county nebo Bomet en kasarta age Stephen Mutai nekatestai en kokwetab Kimng'eno A nemiten en Silibwet Township ward en Bomet Central.
Kimakemwa pole en bandab ngo maana alen yo kait betutab chito kakoi amun kwa kore kondiki mili koyas ewas olino akor kong'et kuwi kimakemwa pole Saturday Friday kebendi kemwoe kisasirete inendet otherwise kimakemwa pole amun kokibet kandoindet nekoo ako tukukutienge kotab Kipsigis. Poleni sana.
Tumwa kora pole mheshimiwa Joanna Ngeno ak bichon tugul chekotingia ak nyasutietab ndegeit. So Friday kebendi service nebo kosoiserete ko lakwani nyon ba kokwet yu konyo kisoiserete en Jumamos kora en Gayo. So ko betut nemi mashishi.
En kebebertage ko kakomong stakeholders chetononjin itondab emet en county nebo Nandi akotet panganutik chebo kokon kanetisiet koityi kabatik chemengechen ko oret agenge nebo koker kole yame amitwogik akonetkei akobo ortinwek chestoengei ng'isyokinetab ng'wandet cheibu ropta. Kong'ololi kasarta nekoibwote kenyisiek 3 kong'eten ngolumda kibagengeit nebo anan notok nebo Kiptagei netinyegei ak ribetab itondab emet. Kamwa alak kole anan kama alak ondiegi neikoito natak neikoito akobo kotakunutik kole kokonde tetutik chekimen kobun tetutiet nebo carbon nebo Nandi sikokanapta kabatisiet ak karorunetab atepto nebo emet.
Let me clarify on the Nandi Carbon Climate Resilience and Livelihoods and Nutrition Project. This is a partnership we are doing with Kiptagei. They are our implementing partner. The project targets smallholder farmers in Aldai, Mgwen, Nandi Hills and Tinderet sub-counties of Nandi County.
Basically vile tumeangalia na tumemulika jinsi tutakavyofanya kazi ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunafanya kitu inaitwa farm plan. Tuko na Save the Children wametutumia hapa mtu anaitwa agronomist. Na pia wamekuja na mafunzo tofauti ya kuweza kufunza hawa wakulima.
Targeting to plant 2 million trees, 1.2 million being indigenous trees and 800,000 being avocados. The project has several benefits to these smallholder farmers. We are looking at improving livelihoods through improved productivity of their existing crops. We are going to provide trainings on good agricultural practices to the farmers on their teas, on their maize, and any other crop they are growing. We are also going to give them training on sustainable land management practices, things to do with control of soil erosion, especially in the light of the flood situation. We are going to educate them on how to do strip cropping, how to do intercropping so that the effects of soil erosion is reduced and therefore the soil health is improved.
Again, now as we are now experiencing heavy rains, we are also calling on our people to be on high alert. If they see soil weakening, they need to take precaution even as we plan to give a way forward towards as the rain advances.
Manako unaona ukiwa na miche 10, ukipanda 10 avocado kwa shamba yako, uko guaranteed ya kushika 150,000 roughly kwa kila mwaka.
We're projecting that the sales from the avocado will help the families and the communities to improve their income so that they are able to find proper feeding for their children, better health, and even education. We're also going to be decoding climate information from Kenya Meteorological Department and developing advisories to help farmers mitigate the effects and the impact of the climate change. So then we integrate that with climate smart agricultural practices so that farmers are able to adopt mitigations that will still help them improve their productivity even in the midst of the adverse climate conditions.
Chairperson saizi ni vice chair organization na ikakuwa ni kwamba apeleke kwa shule. So what I wanted to say is that acheke tato mutalo bichuko hicho kwa hizo wailende kamutaile ya leo ndio sababu lago jimi akla amu mali sababu lago kali chege kuri lago nege ekmasa liba bitwo. By the grace of God kuna group likuja hapa na manake walikubali yenyewe ni ukweli, ni vizuri tuweze kupanda hizo miti kando kando ya mito na riparian lands. Na ilikuwa ni kwa sababu huko katika Nandi kuanzisha mradi wa kuweza kuokoa. So katika hiyo harakati tumekuja pamoja kwamba tunaweza kupanda 15 billion tree asili, na ikakuwa njia si rahisi, ni lazima tuweze sehemu yake, habitat yake kwenye anaishi na juu ya miti.
Miten maget nebo kekushikong sektaitab chaik missing en kebeberta nebo West of Rift. Kamwa nekirubeiwotab nebo ng'echeret en Kapkoros Group of Companies Dr. Philip Ngeno kole tinye kayanet engineer Samson Mosonik nekokilewen koik KTDA National Vice Chairman kole wendi koibu walutik en beitab chaik. Kora komach ine keboisien oretab kasari en chamchametab machanik. Lewenetab engineer Samson Mosonik koik rubeiwotab nebo ng'echeret en kibagengeitab chaik en boror kotinye kamang'unet neo mengi kole wendi kotoreti en kanabunetab olietab chaik en kebeberta nebo West of Rift. Kamwa nekirubeiwotab nebo ng'echeret en kebeberta nebo oldoisiet en Kapkoros Group of Companies Dr. Philip Kimwetich Ngeno kole tinye kamang'unet kandoinatetab engineer Samson Mosonik Menjo.
Notinye kamang'unet neo ole wolose ng'alekab kapchain going forward amun engineer Mosonik ko kikeboisie twan tukiwa directors ak wongen boisienyin kingemi port tugul ko kiogere ko ki chito ne kitindo temindet en muguleldo kikose tasopche temikab chaik hasa chebo West of Rift, particularly zone 9 Kericho and Bomet. Amoche kora awekyi kongoi members chebo KTTA chikoib nafas kolewen inendet amun inguni kekere kele kakefilen keiku part of KTTA amun West of Rift for some time ko kikong'et kimatokotindoo representation kingokakwo en late CPA Chepkwony. So kitinye hope saitab mulwokyok tugul temikab chaik kele wendi kolose ng'alekab kapchain.
Akot kunoton komwa ine kole ngandan tinyen kayanet engineer Menjo ko imuch koib kasarta nekoi asikeweke lipanetab chaik kou en tai.
However, imuche kitakoib nafas kidogo amun ele kokakoit kapchain ko komao kararan. So kitinye kamang'unet kele ndonyo cheisibuge maybe in next Tuesday kemoche keker an upward trend en beitab chaik sikekonech a fair leveling ground nekioldo chaikab West of Rift ko yon kioldo chaikab East of Rift. Kimoche by now kemi nguni kekere kemi tugul $3 and above in auction. Sikobet kii kibore chaikab West of Rift komotindo quality. But the tea of West of Rift ko they are of superior quality. Koi kityo kikobit kit nebore perception nekikiit kele chaikab Kipsigis, chaikab Kosobek, chaikab Vihiga, chaikab Narok ko kikiit kele makororon en indonyo. But lembeita, so we expect going forward through the leadership of my good friend engineer Mosonik Samson, we expect better prices, which of course I know it will eventually translate into better financial performance and long last. Age bye kudu temikab chaik, ako kimit chumi nebo mkulima chaik, ako ba log sugul, ako leba shai, ako ba ichi tugul.
Kamach Philip Ngeno kekushikong kokeny oret nekiboisien en chamchamet nebo machanik asikekuyo anyindanyin.
Amache ifaiten with other leadership chebo Bomet and Kericho. Keyai what is called scientific testing. Machongi chamchamen kutit chaik akebare chaikab elikile komokororon. Chaikab elikile komokororon. In the 21st century, at this age, at this era in time, kutakeboisien the crude way of testing in Mombasa, which is actually very wrong. It's very wrong. We need to use technology. We need to change our mindset and go for technology testing so that all of us get a fair leveling business ground in the auction of Mombasa.
In Logoiywekab Emet chebo Aasai TV kong'eten kanasetab Bomet, kainenyun ko Kilbert Korer. En logoiwek alak kitab kolenjin kokoimongei meng'ikab kokwetab Kematishon sawaset en wolitab Nyongores koning'oten ng'atutik nebo Chepalungu en county nebo Bomet akosom kondoi koyai etiet nekamwa kole makobunoksei missing kole kokebouronji ropta en komoswek cheterter ak en kasaratan komwa ichek kole iwechin missing kipsomanik che londoen etionotok kobendi sukul. Peki Chepkemoi ak logoiwechu.
Kaimong'e meng'ikab kokwetab Kimatisho South en Nyongores Ward kot neking'oten ng'atutik nebo Chebalungu en neregek ole kamwa kole makobunoksek etiet en komosoton missing inguni kokebaorionchi ropta.
Kekurenon Ben Rono Alliance kekurenon nenaat ine ko Blackwell. En etion iman kokokeseret betusiek chechang. Osikai kewokyi ra ko ng'alekab ropta. Logokab sukul kokimondoi ra kolok saoset yuno konge log alak mi log chekomiondos alak koya kowek ot alak. Mheshimiwas in bracket amun akwek tugul makingen. Wakili tim kebwone barwa kong'ung'et ko tim kewektechi mai saisiek. Kimwoini kongoi matindwet en orani. Kokeseret betusiek chechang ine. Ndamamia matindwet kotetai kochobwech orani. Kemakekurin kandoik tugul ine kelen ine wandam ine otoripkei ine komie obosomwech ot ne kebel orani. Makemuitechini kila.
Ane kekurono Juliana Yego. Amenye yuton ameng'indetab Saoset Village. Ako kikesich tabu nebo kwong'et bikyok. Ibwat ngomoe kochut kosoloito ko kekanaben kinuet anan ko kocheret kobur ine. Ana kikeseretye ako kimwoe kila oketulen orani. Amami chi toretindet kabisa. Nguni inei kemiten kityo kemi ak bichu le kikondoik ak bichu.
Kainen ko Chelyeruchot chama nebo boisiekab koken Itembe sub location. Kisome kandoik chebo Bomet kokere kotoretech en etion. Sukulit nemiten secondary ko yoche kokerak ngap lagok eleo kobo bitonin bo kapsio ako long'unen oinoni. Ng'olyot age kora orani kikochino en kenyisiek chechang akebore kiyoe ako kitinye kandoik. Kitinye FCA, kitinye gavana, kitinye ng'o amami koker orani. Tun itou kokerech en Kimatisho akobo orani asikai kochobok. Ng'olyot age ketinye tabu en ng'alekab sitimet. Ne nguni ko sitimet ko kikirat kitinye kenyisiek oeng komi barak amakingen kele kiba ne. Ngebore maen chepyosok ngoroik ko lo yoche sikeyai kasit sikomoen ngoroik chepyosok. Alen kiba ne inome biik alak ng'wany makibo kalenjin.
Kainenyun ko Flora Rono kisome toretet etioni ko etiet netuitos Kimatisho ak Saoset Kakawet ak Kapsio. Kikibir kura, kebir MCA, kebir Senator, kebir Women Rep, kebir Gavana, lakini kikilaktech ak keng'olei. Kikamwa William Ruto kole kitutugunitu wajinga. Makeng'olei, nekit kebir kura. Kimendi kebir kiistoi kandoik tugul. Kiplembechonik tugul kiistoi ak kelewen biik chechoton. Kisome toretet, mandasi kotikoseny toretet.
Karitaen kandoik chebo komosoton ole kamwa kole tomo kechopchi sitimet ak oratinwek.
Kainenyu Coulson Arap Koske. Kora kokomuchi kwong'ut kotokemuite ile konye lakini kokomuchi kwong'ut etiet nekalabi. Ko nguni ko kikekur kandoichon tugul ko kikwaploenech all tactics of monkey tricks kong'olech en yu. Bichu ko kikonyo kong'alech kotoi soiti awa MCA kole bwat kot kechop chaik chekikibore kinyokiyochinen ndereba. Kelenji miten karit kuyet. Ngwany kuyoni komyoni. So nguni ketinye shida. Ako any maketinye shida kele tokelolonji bichon kikilewen. All are rejected. Kema kefakiani ak ketou alak chempya. Ko ndamukoksek ko kaswech wakili nganda too slow akine to maintain the ratio.
Ane kekuren Regina Cheruyo. Etiet ko kikemach kila en kenyisiek chechang. Orani ko kikemokyigei kila. Ngelewenisiei kele inen yaira. Bare koinon konyokostogei. Inen yaira. Kikelewen kipkoi. Wan kisichou nechobe orani. Lagok ko ketiyote kila en etion. Lagok kekeseni kila subuhi, kila lang'at. Wai sikesopou. Kakemach etiet, kakemach oret, kakemach koba lagok, akebare ngoba lagok sukul kobune ono.
Amiten kokwetab Kimatisho Saoset Nyongores Ward kot neking'oten ng'atutik nebo Chebalungu Bomet County ak kakomong'e meng'ikab komositon ako nerekyo missing nekamwa ichek kole kokome etiet ako makobunokse. Kamwa ichek kole kokoiwechi sobonwekwak ak sobonwekab lagok chebendi sukul chekamwa kole londoen etionoton missing nguni kibaorionjin ropta. Kasom ichek kandoik chebo komositon anan komosta nebo Bomet County kokushikong ako chopchi icheket etionoton. Aripotenjini Aasai TV kong'eten komosta nebo Nyongores Ward, kainenyun ko Becky Chepkemoi.
En logoiywekab emet chotok chekaibwech Becky Chepkemoi ko kakile logoiwek chotok chebo emet chebo sait agenge ko abwatun kityo alenjin tos ingen ile akot eng kasarta notok nekakiboisien ki kouon maki kotoreti ui angalalen ki notok ne arakendan ale ki eng keny ko kitam komiten kitam kewae notok ko rabuaniot ingen biik chechang ko kitam kewae sweet potato nekelenjin ko yon korarun ko kinyoru lagok cheboisien kwame kora balalenik kwak kimiten kou mokopchat ko kitam kewae ko sait age nan kakechamushan inyoru kongenye lakwet miten kou yon kikwonye en lombo nyumbani kekwonye en saburiet yekakotwo kinam kewir kimnyet akinde kisiet lakini kinyoru kora kibakechenge mortet tos ingen ile en sobet ko en kebeberta age tugul ko miten kamanutietab kebeberta noton neimuch koyai chi kainenyin ko Gilbert Korir ama kole ngatut nemie.
Aasai TV, ketesiet neituitos bororiet.
Kabatisiet en kasarta nekoi ko kikoek lumeiwotab familia chechang ak bororiosiek en emoni chebo konyorchigei